Here we have a geometry problem. Okay, let's go with the information. There is a figure given over here. In the figure above, the lines AB, CD, GH are parallel. Okay, and also it is given that the measure of angle AFE is 70 degree, and the measure of angle FEG and measure of angle DEG are equal, because the two dots we over here, the two black dots over here represent the angle measure of this one, the angle measure of this one are equal, and we have to find the value of x over here. Okay, so let's consider the information over here. There is AB and CD are parallel. The line segment over here, AB and CD are parallel. So since the two line segments are parallel, FE is transversal, because this line segment FE intersects both the parallel line segments AB and CD. So FE is transversal. Whenever two parallel lines intersected by a transversal, the alternate interior angles, I mean the angle measure over here and the angle measure over here, are called alternate interior angles, and they must be equal. So here already we know that the angle measure over here, that is 70 degree. Then the measure of angle over here also must be 70 degree. Okay, and also the question says, so the angle measure over here and the angle measure over here, that is the angle measure, measure of angle FEG and measure of angle DEG are equal. That means this line segment EG bisects the angle measure FED. That means this 70 degree has been divided into two equal parts by the line segment EG. Then what is the measure of angle over here? It has to be 35 and it has to be 35, because 70 has been divided into two equal parts. And now angle measure FEG and angle measure DEG are equal. So each one is 35 degree. So according to the question, they must be equal, angle measure FEG and angle measure DEG. Okay, here and also there is an information that is CD and GH are parallel. So CD over here and GH over here. So these two line segments are parallel. Since these two line segments are parallel, EG is called transversal, because the line segment EG intersects the two parallel line segments GH and CD. So whenever two parallel lines intersected by the third line, it's called transversal, and the angle measure over here and the angle measure over here are called consecutive interior angles. So whenever two parallel lines intersected by a transversal, the consecutive interior angles are supplementary. That means if I add the angle measure over here and here, they must add up to 180. Supplementary means that the two angle measures must add up to 180. So the two consecutive interior angles X and 35 are supplementary. That means these two angles must add up to 180. Okay, now let's solve for x. For that, I have to subtract 35 from both sides. When I subtract 35 from both sides, this positive 35, negative 35 will cancel out. I'm getting x on the left side. When I subtract 35 from 180, I'm getting 145. I've solved for x. The value of x is 145.